it doesn't seem that long ago that we were just here. So it's good to get back on the field, be with the players, get the chance to have your hands on them, coach them, and be with them. So it's a good first day. A lot of guys are going fast, excited about it, going too fast at times. So just got to clean up the film, kind of slow them down, just allow them to play under control and detail the little things.
Do you like the release? Just getting going so quick?
Yeah, I do. What are we going to do? Sit around and watch more film from last year? It's time to get going for next year. So I like starting early as we can and jump back into it.
What were your early impressions of Tanner?
Good. He was under control. He saw things. This time last year, he had no idea where guys were lining up, and so much greater control of the offense, lining guys up, communicating real clear, and then the throws and all that. He's always going to make the throws. So we're happy with the first day, and now it's move forward and continue to add a little bit as we go.
How will reps be divided among the quarterbacks?
Right now, early on, you're trying to get guys some work, but eventually, as we go forward, you start dialing in with the guys that need it a little more, that you expect to have to count on next season. So, trying to give everybody a little bit, but with 6 quarterbacks out there, it's a little tricky at times. So, but Tanner will get the majority, and then we really have guys competing for that backup spot, and want to see a little bit from everyone.
So the backup spot is still open?
Yeah, that'll always be open. I think every position, if Tanner goes out there and just decides he doesn't want to play and kind of just going through the motions, the next guy up will be ready to go. So I think every spot, there's always competition and always trying to prove that you should be the next guy in. So, obviously Bo, we think a lot of Bo, and he's done well. But he was running scout team all last year, so it's kind of now getting caught back up to the system. And Cody Wilstead's off a mission, Boyd's there. So, we've got a couple guys with experience in the offense, and then trying to catch Cody up as we go.
Ty, how much tweaking is there from 1 to 10? Have you had to tweak your system at all?
A little bit. Taysom had quite a few carries at the end of the year. When you look at the numbers, he ran the ball for us quite a few times, and so you don't expect that from Tanner to have that many carries. So we'll do things a little differently and tweak our schemes a little bit. Where in zone scheme, you had Taysom coming out the backside, had to hold people, and we may not honor Tanner as well. So we'll constantly tweak how we block things and try to protect our edges, and then maybe be more of an RPO team than a run type of team.
You on a serious hunt for a tight end right now?
Yeah, we've moved Moroni there, and feel good about him. But that'll kind of be determined when you put the pads on. We know what he can do as a pass receiver, and now it's a matter of him accepting that challenge and really putting his hand on the ground and being able to be viable in the run game as well. So. We're missing a couple guys that played for us due to injuries that we're holding out of spring ball and have experience. We know what they can do. So it's the next guys have an opportunity to really stand out this spring.
Competition is obviously a plus, but is there also some benefit to Tanner being established as the guy and not having to, kind of be in that same position as last year where you're competing against Taysom on every snap, trying to get that job on every day?
Yeah, definitely. It's a whole different mindset for a guy. Last year was an awkward situation because Taysom's sitting there, didn't do a lot in spring, and Tanner's getting to work, but not feeling sure of how it's going to go. So you're always a little cautious to really jump in and be a full-blown leader of the team with somebody else sitting there that you're competing against. So he's a totally different person this year. You can see the confidence level, him taking charge and controlling the huddle, moving guys around at the line of scrimmage, making sure they're lined up right. So it's a different mentality, and I'm sure one that he's embraced and really enjoys that part of it.
How big is spring for the receiving this year?
It's big. We still don't have Aleva. He's out with an injury, so he's not getting work. But you look at a guy like Jonah that didn't have spring last year, has to jump in, learn on the fly in August when you're trying to get ready for a game, and so this is time where they can kind of slow down, learn the details of the offense, know what they can and can't get away with, and we try to allow them a little bit of freedom to stay in a window if they're in a window, and so it's a great opportunity for them to have a lot of reps at doing those types of things. So it's really, it's big for everybody, but especially those guys where they get to do it against the defense.
What are you hoping to get out of those backup quarterbacks? Because you've got a pretty wide different kind of skill set between Bo and Kogi and Coy and all
Right.
of them. So what are you kind of hoping that they bring, as or that they do during this year?
I think me being a backup most of my career in the NFL, you got to give the coaches confidence that they can put you in and you'll be able to run the offense. And that's what you're looking for, is just confidence that if they got to go in, there may be a little drop off just because they haven't had a lot of reps, but you want to be able to go out and execute and trust that they'll take care of the football, understand the play, be able to line people up, execute. And so that's what we want to see from those guys, is execution, understanding what we're trying to do, and then be able to go out and do it.
Do you believe the offensive line will be the strength that it needs to be this year?
I hope so. It all starts up front. No matter what team I've ever been on, if you don't have guys up front, it's a long uphill battle, and you got to change your offense. And so, we hope those guys continue to progress. We've got some young guys competing for a spot, and so that group right there will always be the anchor for us, hopefully, as we go forward.
Are they developing the power? I mean, I know that's always been an emphasis with Coney. Are they developing that power that you want to see going forward right now?
Yeah, definitely. I think it started last year in the off season with guys putting weight on. That was the emphasis, strength and size. And so they've now had a full year of it. They know the expectations. They're in there working hard. We lift every day, even during practice time. So that's the focus for us. We sacrifice meeting time on the field time so that they can continue to have the gains in the weight room and not drop off for a month and then have to pick back up again. So that's definitely a focus for those guys up front, is to continue to gain that strength and power that'll keep them healthy all season long.
Last question.
Matt Hadley, some talk about him doing some running back stuff. Your thoughts on just the potential, maybe seeing what he can do there?
Yeah, this is the time of year where you can experiment a little bit. He's got a lot of experience at safety, and so we feel like, he knows the defense, so he can come over and give us an opportunity to evaluate him at running back and see if he can help us there and make a difference there. So it's really, kind of that experimental time of year where you're trying guys at different spots and just see where they can help contribute. I mean, Harvey Longy had no experience through spring ball last year and all of a sudden played for us due to injuries. So now's a chance for us to give him a shot of the offense so that next year, or if he shows he can be a guy who makes in the rotation, or if we have some injuries and need to pull somebody over, now we've got some experience there.
Thank you.
Thank you.